Hello and welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives. It is good to hear and see you with my third eye, priesthood. I hope everything's been well. All right, let's bless the cards. We dedicate ourselves and this conversation with the ancestors, with the Creator, to generating the energy of peace, bringing clear our creative potential and seeing behind what appears to be obstacles, things clearly as they are. Hang on like magic. Pow, back like magic. All right, fantastic. Listen, shout out to the people who've been sending the donations, booking the personal readings. Shout out to you. All right, shout out to my viewers, my hard rocks who be rocking with me. All right, and shout out to the new people who just got here, whoever that you are. Y'all make it happen. All right, I love you, priesthood. Hello, you give me life. You give me life. You're fabulous people. If you're a child of God practicing and you in the priesthood, you must be awesome. All right, let's get to the conversation and the topic for this week. Ancestors, Creator. Oh, hold on. Let's call forth accurate answers. Did I call forth accurate answers? Let me do it again one more time. If I did it already, fast forward. I just need to call forth accurate answers, accurate interpretations of those answers, and the wise and skillful application of the guidance we receive here today. All right, I don't feel like I said it. Okay, so boom. I think I just said it just now. All right, the topic this week is this. Says the ancestors, says the Creator. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, ancestors. Here's the topic. You are a product of what you believe. Ooh, come on. Come on. I'm with it. I'm with it. Let's go. Let's go. If you want it, you can have it. Let me know. Okay, fantastic. So, if you think you're a turd, you're probably going to act like a turd, treat yourself like a turd, and accept turd treatment from others. Why the fuck would you do that? All right, first off, you're not a turd. See, told you, priesthood. Okay, absolutely. First off, you're not a turd. It's just physically impossible to be a turd. And a sentiment being at, I'm sorry, right? Sentient? Wait, oh fuck. I cannot understand this word. Okay, I'm moving on. But even if you have been kind of turdy, you believing you're golden will bring on all that golden behavior and that golden treatment. I understand what they're saying, but now we're talking about golden turds. I mean, who wrote this? Okay. But anyhow, if you liked it better there, go back to Turd Town tomorrow. Okay. So, okay. You're a product of what you believe. I think we could just... Okay, I think we could just hang out right there. I don't think we need to go any further than that. All right, I'm really sorry I read that, okay? Absolutely. Okay, so I'm just going to put these over here. We don't need to be over there, I don't think. All right, let's find out what it is. Ancestors, we are a product of what we believe. What do you have to say about it? What do you have to say about it, ancestors? All right, please stand by. Please stand by. All right, back like magic. Had to adjust the camera. Okay, fantastic. Now, bam, ancestors. What are we talking about? We're talking about cutting some shit out before it becomes a problem. Okay, cutting what shit out? Your beliefs. Yeah, this is a big old burst free from your limiting beliefs right now. Look like here. That's the big old message in the sky right there in the air. You are a product of what you believe, cutting out some shit before it becomes a problem. These beliefs are a problem. Okay, I want to know more. Okay, what beliefs are a problem? Break it down and cut it out before it becomes a problem. Please, go on. That is intriguing. That is intriguing. Well, mutual respect. Mutual respect is important. Okay, mutual respect is important. We know that. We know that. Love is important, mutual respect, agreement, common ground, common denominator. Common ground. Okay, that stands out to me right now. Truth. Oh. Something needs to be true. The truth needs to be honored. I'll say, and also cutting some shit out before it becomes a problem. And then we have the Ace of Swords energy. So now we have a tool with which to cut things out. You feel me? All right, so that's meaningful. Let's put a thumbtack in that. Solidity. Grounding. Keeping peace in the environment. High frequencies. High frequencies. Protection. Making an offer, peace offering, stacking the bread. Let us go on, okay? Let's just put our thumbtacks, okay? We're investigating this case. Go on, ancestors. Authority and confidence in life, loyalty. Okay, there's a need for loyalty. I see. Okay, so we're just in church today. That's what it looked like. If we're in the sanctuary, we're in church today, so to speak. In that we are giving the offering. So in terms of cutting some shit out before it becomes a problem, I get the sensation that this is it's like a checkup. It's like attending this video, right? Meeting, attending church, attending the priesthood mass, you know. Your practice is what I'm getting from that. You know, practicing your practice and cutting some shit out before it becomes a problem is a regular practice. You know, that is what I'm getting out of that right now. Okay, so it's like attending of the mind. Attending of the mind, attending of the heart. You know, like how the Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, by the way. Then we have the Lover's card. Boom, we popped onto this is like fucking dream, right? We just pop on floors. That was the Lover's floor real quick. But anyhow, back to what I'm saying about the sanctuary. So in terms of your beliefs, having that mutual respect with the spirit, having that mutual respect that you constantly tend, you know, and make sure that you come back to clarity, right? Feet on the ground here with the Pentacle family. Feet on the ground, right? Sword in the ground, standing on the truth. Do you feel me? What truth? That the spirit is real. Hello? Because you are a product of what you believe. So using your energy, boom, here, in agreement with the spirit. Am I real? Yes, you are. Am I real? Yes, you are. You know, like, hello? Feeding each other, reinforcing each other's existence. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay? Abso-fucking-lutely. And then having authority and confidence in that shit. You see what I'm saying? Authority and confidence. I'm safe. That's what's happening in that car. She is not worried for her safety. She is buck naked in nature. All right, let's bring that close. Sorry about my cards here, but let's bring that in close. There you go. So she's buck naked. Friends with nature. Okay? Friends with what other people might find to be scary. You know, but the natural stuff, you know, I should say the familiar things that people think are scary, not the mysterious things. This is familiar stuff, earth, you know, earth energy, right? So that's what I'm getting in terms of having that kind of mutual respect with the spirit world and living like that as a practice. Practice not being afraid of nothing. Practice. Hello? Practice relaxing to the point. Practice relaxing to the point where you fear nothing. Based on these principles. Based on this mutual agreement, this mutual respect with the spirit world, because you are a product of what you believe. Now that also touches on what I be saying when I'm saying we don't have time to bleed. That is essentially what I'm saying right there. You are a product of what you believe. That is what I'm saying. So if I get cut and I'm bleeding, that's it. I don't have time to bleed. And then my body starts to say, I don't have time to bleed. And then the blood is like, I don't have time to bleed. Then I'm healed. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Right. It's a practice. Hello? Believe that shit. Okay? Believe that shit. That shit don't stop. That shit do not stop. You got to keep on reinforcing that. Keep on reinforcing this agreement. Okay? And that's what relationships are. Popping onto the lover's floor. That's what relationships are. In terms of ongoing. We're relating over a period of time. You know? So we continue to agree. You know? I want to be with you. You want to be with me. All right. Next day. I want to be with you. The day that changes, pow, deal with it. Deal with the truth. And cut out some shit before it becomes a problem. Okay? So you're just taking it day by day. Because you're a product of what you believe. Just verify facts, baby. That's it. Do you agree with me? Yes. You still agree with me? Yes. Pow. Well, let's do another day then. You know what I mean? Right. Right. You don't have to see around corners with the Pentacle family. Yeah, they believe in hard facts. That's what I get out of that. Hard facts. Hello? Let us go on. Right. We don't have time for nothing else. Says the hangman. Says the zombie. We don't have time for nothing else. We don't have time for problems. We don't have time for them. If it look like it's a problem, it must not be a problem. It must be exactly what we need in order to get the shit we trying to get. It's not no problem. It's perfect. For instance. Man, can I tell you this for instance, man? Is that too much information? All right, let me move on. I'm not sure about it. Anyhow, but the point being, all right, you originally was trying to get whatever you're trying to get, let's say, and you was approaching it this way, whatever way that is. Some shit happens where it's not working out. You know, I was going to fly to Tahiti on an airplane. It's not working out. You know, the airport is closed. I can't go to Tahiti. That's not what that means. Because you are a product of what you believe. Do you believe that you're supposed to be going to Tahiti? Well, get down to the dock and get your ass on a boat then. Okay? You dig me? Okay, are you kind of picking up what I'm putting down? And it's perfect. You know, you get on the boat and it turns out that you can bring on so much more luggage. They don't give you any problems and they don't even charge you for the luggage. That's a bunch of money you just fucking saved. You had no idea. You know, because you don't usually take boats. You know, shit like that. You know, it just turns out to be perfect. This is what you got to do. Show up and cut some shit out before it becomes a problem and constantly tend to your mind. Constantly remind your mind. That's what the practice is for. That's why we practice. All right, that's what I tell my art students. Practice make perfect. It's true what they say. If you do it, you can't help but improve your situation. That's it. Okay, that's science, people. That's science. All right, so right. Thank you, ancestors. That is a brilliant segue right there that the ancestors brought in, or felt like, you know, boom. Right there. Okay. Narnia. Right. Exactly. Narnia can happen to anyone. Narnia is within the realm of the mind, right? It's the hall of mirrors. And it can be the gateway to Narnia, or it can be the gateway to your greatest dreams manifesting. You got to know, you got to be careful where you point that thing. Okay? You got to be careful where you point that thing. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have your feet on the ground. And you got to have your head on straight. And you have to know, what is the law? What is the basis of you are a product of what you believe, and you can count on just the very fact of you believing it giving you enough power to manifest it. Because just because you believe something, that don't mean shit. Anybody? Hello? Anybody? Right. So how is it? What manifests? How do we know which thing's gonna manifest, what's not gonna manifest, yada yada, right? Okay, it's the mutual agreement. It's about knowing the rules. It's about knowing the laws, so you can operate. Careful where you point that thing. You got to know what you're doing. You know, so the mind, the opportunity that God gave us with free will, all of that is involved in the mystery of what the fuck is going to happen here in life, in reality, for us, for a person. All right, let us move on. Can you see that? Let's just put that up. Let's do that. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, sure. Manifestation energy here with the Chariot card. Do the right thing. Doobie doobie doo. Remember doobie doobie doo from a Hard Rocks? Right. Alternating current here with the divine twins. The binary code. Hello? The 1 and the 0. Hello? The whole, you know what I'm saying? The Big Bang. Okay? Right? The Big Bang. So, okay? You feel me? These are the principles that you can have authority and confidence in life about. This is what will drive you forward. Guided by the Spirit. Riding with the Spirit. You got to ride with the Spirit. I like that. Let's write that down. Riding. Bear with me. Riding with the Spirit. I like it. Riding with the Spirit. Oh man, I need to turn that into a workshop, y'all. Okay, fantastic. Riding with the Spirit. Yes, you have to ride with us. They did say, hello? Oh, money ain't a thing for them. They said that a while back. If you want to floss, you got to floss with us. Oh, yeah, I want to floss with us. Oh, I see. That's interesting. And so, okay, the Pentacle family. Right. Okay. Right. Many layers. Many damn layers. All right, so do the right thing. Do the divine work. You do that. And that's why your manifestations manifest. So right now we're talking about the practice. We're not exactly generalizing in terms of you are a product of what you believe. That's true. That's the law. But right now it sounds like we're discussing that law within the context of the practice of being a high priest or a high priestess. So if you're following me, hear me and feel me for best results. The safety directions are down below, by the way. Shout out to the new people. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, look, swords. Look at all this cutting. Look. And it's a must. It's a hangman. Somebody's cut off. Something is cut off. Things are cut off. Cut things off regularly. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's just move on. Look at this. Okay, so we have the sword family and we have the pentacle family. You know what I thought? Please excuse these interruptions, but you know they gave me inspiration, okay? Because now what's coming to me is etiquette. Etiquette. Okay, this is the etiquette of practice. Okay? That's what I'm getting out of this. The mutual respect. You see, you're showing it on a regular basis, right? By the tending, the cutting out some shit before it becomes a problem, not as a, impending doom, but in a sense of, just taking off the dead leaves, pruning, that sort of thing. It's spiritual hygiene. Oh my God, let me write that down. Spiritual hygiene. Now that is brilliant. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, Creator. That is brilliant. Okay, so spiritual hygiene, that's what I'm getting here. Okay, hold on. Okay, pruning. You are a product of what you believe. And you know what else that makes me think of? The thugging it out card. All right? Yeah, I hope you're chilling. Okay? Let these things come and let them go. All right? Because I find this to be very interesting what's happening. These interruptions that are happening right now. Let's go deeper. Oh, I'm sorry. Queen of Swords is on the board. Clarity of mind, clear perception. Right? And not having it as well. All right, clear perception, clear mind, and then we have Narnia, and then we have the King of Pentacles with our feet on the ground, making an offering to the spirit, making an offering to the earth, keeping peace in the environment. That's how you keep peace in the environment. That's interesting. Peace on earth. You dig it? Peace within. Peace within yourself. You feel me? So that the environment doesn't dictate your sense of security. Your environment doesn't dictate your sense of worth. Your environment doesn't dictate your sense of capability, authority, and confidence in life. You can move through, like the thugging it out card, whatever turmoil, tumultuous waters, and it could be lava, and you could still make it through safely with this mutual respect with the spirit, with the practice of cutting it out, cutting some shit out before it becomes a problem, and understanding that you are a product of what you believe. You don't have time to bleed. You feel me? So it's cutting it out with the, I want to say, with the precision, with the, ruthless drive of the King of Swords. You got to be ruthless with these negative thoughts or thoughts that are working against your sense of confidence and authority, working against your sense of agreement with the spirit world and all that brings you. You dig what I'm saying? Remember the truth. You got to be firmly rooted here in the truth. Look like here. Okay? It's a forced sacrifice. Right. Because we don't have time. Now, another thing is brainstorm. That's another thing the King of Swords means in my deck. King of Swords energy. He's thinking. He's doing a lot of thinking. And that's another way of bleeding. That's another form of bleeding. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have time to bleed. Forced sacrifice. King of Swords. It has to be ruthless. Ace of Swords. Cutting some shit out before it becomes a problem. Anything that's a threat to your understanding that you have a love relationship with the ancestors, with the spirit, with God. Period. End of story. Your feet are on the ground about that. You're not having it. You're not having the Narnia of it all. Not at all. Not at all. We're not doubting God. No. Practice not doubting God. It's a practice. Okay? They said you got to practice it. All right? Because it's hard because the environment. Right. Yeah. Okay? So you got to practice. And that's what we learn here on earth, I feel, from the Pentacle family. All right? I feel that that's what we learn here on earth, that we have to, tend the land. We got to tend it. All right? So if we internalize that, you tend the mind. Tend the mind. And then once you go into the Hall of Mirrors and you get into the realm of the mind, then you meet the Sword family. And they say this how you use the tool. Because you got to be careful where you're pointing this thing. Okay? Be careful where you point your mind, because you are a product of what you believe. That means what you believe is going to manifest, because that's the law. Okay? That's the law. So you want to drive that. You want to drive that ship. You want to control the growth. You want to control the direction that you're going in. You don't want the chariot to run off by itself. You don't want to be on a runaway train. You feel me? So that's the sensation that I get. You don't want to be on a runaway train. And that's what the mind will be if you don't tend to it. Okay? That's what I'm getting out of that. All right? It's etiquette. Also, the etiquette is in terms of you need help. Anybody does, and everybody does. Hello? And the earth system and the way you be on this planet is you respect the ancestors. Come on now, ancestors. I know that's right. I know that is right. And anything that tells you anything different, you need to cut that shit out before it become a problem. Says the ancestors. I know that is right. This is anatomy. This is the anatomy of the spirit right now. Damn. I am bringing these motherfucking expressions today and phrases. Am I not bringing them? Okay. That's what's up. Okay, but anatomy of the spirit, I've heard of that before, so I can't claim that one entirely. But I mean that authentically in this moment. This is the anatomy of the spirit and where it connects to the earth. So it's like being a medical intuitive. Okay? Shout out to Carolyn Mace with the M-Y-S-S. Carolyn Mace. She wrote Anatomy of the Spirit. Check that lady out. She is fucking brilliant. Okay? She tells you how the spiritual energy is showing up physically in your body. And you know, if you're having like some sort of physical ailment, she'll tell you spiritually what seems to be the problem. Boom. Pow. This, and then you deal with the problem. The illness goes away. This lady is amazing. Okay? Check her out. Anyhow, that's the sensation that I'm getting. That's how you control health. That's how you drive it. That's how you drive your mental health. Stay with your feet on the ground. Do you feel me? You can't take your cues from the external environment. That is what we're learning here, I feel, with the Sword family. Okay? Like, understand what the pentacles are and what they are not. That is the sensation that I'm getting. Like, yeah, it's solid, but it's still fluid. You can still move it around. Okay? And if you want to make sure to build something that is within the framework of sacred geometry, you have to, you know, you have to have the sacred geometry of right relationship. Okay? Absolutely. Like here, when we be in the space station, you feel me? That's the sacred geometry of relationships. Okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that mutual respect is the foundation, binary code, source code. Where do you begin to build any relationship, agreement, anything? You begin based on mutual respect. Hello? With authority and confidence. I'm not jealous of you. You're not jealous of me. I'm not envious of you. You're not envious of me. We have genuine concern for each other's well-being. We genuinely want each other to win. Do the right thing. Do the divine work. That's what we're here to do. That's what we promise to each other under this partnership. That is the law of the entire universe. If anybody violate that, they are violating God's law. This is source code. Do you feel me? So the practice is to constantly reinforce the balance of mutual respect. You understand that you need the ancestors, you need the creator, as a practitioner especially, right? And you are constantly reinforcing the framework of balance in your own self, in your own mind, in your own emotions. Do you feel me? And then that's how you manifest what you believe. All right, this what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting, okay? We got to get in the lab and keep working on this. That's the point, okay? That's the point. This is what we do here. Earth is our laboratory, okay? This is our laboratory, and then these are our scientists. Do you feel me? Okay? Abso-fucking-lutely. So, go on. Break it down. Child of God. These are the divine twins, the divine children of God. Here's the nano level. Here's the quantum level of this here. Okay, this is the, this is the physics of the situation. This is the quantum physics right here. Why do you get what you want? The manifestation that you choose, right? You're a product of what you believe. Your belief is based on what you choose to do with your free will. And so long as your free will is rooted in facts and accuracy and clarity, do you feel me? And you have mutual respect and you're in good standing with the universe, the geometry of right relationship, you in right relationship with the universe, then you get what you want as a child of God. Okay, let us reflect. I'm rocking with the sword family right now. We're reflecting. Careful where you point that thing. I gotcha. All right, let's go for stay calm. And that's why you can stay calm. See, now, remember earlier when I was saying practice not being scared of nothing? And you got to practice, right? Because the outside environment, right? And because of all of your experiences getting hurt. Right. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. But you on another level now. You here with the ancestors. That's different. You a high priest, a high priestess. That's who I'm talking to today. That's who these readings and videos are for, with the priesthood videos and readings. But everybody's welcome to stay. It's church. You can be here. All right, fantastic. So remaining calm and cool, having wise judgment. You see what I'm saying? This is the I want to say arena. This is the arena we're working in. Okay, the arena of, creativity that we're working in. Master your fiery, passionate emotions. Okay? Fear can trigger anger, is what I'm getting. Fear can trigger anger. And anger can trigger destruction. Okay, and I feel that it would be most destructive to you more immediately if this energy was to get loose. This is why you have to understand how to use the equipment, is what I'm getting. How to use the equipment. Okay, let's go on. Okay, yes. Okay, this is the belief. Okay, yeah, that God will pay you for all that you've given. You dig what I'm saying? That you will find a way. Like, when I say God will pay you, here's what I mean. What I mean is God will facilitate the circumstances by which you receive what you want. Right? We're talking about manifestation. Right? So if anything occurs, you dig what I'm saying, that is contrary to that belief, that challenges that for you, and sends you into a brainstorm, you have to be ruthless, okay, in cutting it out before it becomes a problem for your manifestation, because you already in a contract of mutual respect with the ancestors and with the Creator. And you know the law. See, knowing the law is critical. It's critical when it comes down to these doubts. Okay? Because the doubts are always laced with logic. And that logic is always based on superficiality, 5 sense reality. Do you feel me? 5 sense reality. And we all know there's many more layers than that. We all know that. Okay? Everybody knows that. I don't know how they explain it to themselves and finally decide, well, and so I don't believe in God. I don't know, how everybody comes to their conclusions. Okay? But we all see that there's many more layers than the five senses. Okay? And that's what the doubts live in five sense reality. Okay? That's where that germ thrives. And that's why you gotta constantly tend to it. Like hygiene. Wash your hands. You go outside, you touch on shit, you come back, you wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's germs, nothing personal. That's why I'm saying it's not a threat of doom, but, it just so happens that if you don't wash your hands, okay, some problem will occur eventually. Okay, so we're going to cut the shit out before it becomes a problem, as how this is our culture as high priests and high priestesses. Like how doctors have to wash their hands before surgery. It's protocol. Okay, it's hygiene, it's a must, it's scientific. Okay, so that is why it's critical to know the law, because you have to know how to use your equipment. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. So the idea of giving much and not being immediately compensated at the scale that you deserve is actually not outside of the realm of possibility in your capacity as a human being, as a child of God. Okay, yes, it might heat you up when these things happen. You dig what I'm saying? Or if you feel vulnerable, like you have to worry about something and you a child of God and you ought to be safe. Do you feel me? Then, that's where you insert that faith. That's why you need to understand, oh, this germ could be present because I was exposed to this or I touched that. So you know what you was just doing, and you know what responsibility you have therefore, because you have respect. You have respect for nature. You have respect for the framework of right relationship, for the geometry of right relationship and how it works. And that you need to be rooted in order to withstand the doubts. Okay. And therefore you have to practice in order to do that, in order to have the strength. Okay, like working out. You have to build muscle. Oh, yeah, that's deep. That's deep. Let me write that down. I'm sorry. Let me write that down. That's good. Build muscle. Building spiritual muscle. Okay. That's deep, y'all. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, you know what I get? Because things always change. Things always change. Nothing stays the same kind of thing. And not in a sad way. In a good way. Like, great. Like, like I was going to say death is great. Not that I have a crisp memory of being reincarnated or anything, but when I think of the scheme of things, the scope of things, who the fuck would want to live forever in the same form? Like, yeah, you want to change forms. Like, you want to change your clothes. Like, you want to change your hairstyle. You want to eat something different every day, generally speaking. And then you might want to circle back to a few of your favorite meals, that sort of thing. So things change. So that's why I control your fiery emotions. You're a child of God. So I get the sensation no matter what is in appearance. I get the sensation no matter what is in appearance or what appears to be or what is indeed an imbalance, that will always change, because Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Major Arcana, by the way. Major Arcana here with the Lover's card. Major Arcana here with the Zombie Hanged Man for sacrifice, and Major Arcana here with the Moon card, the Magic Mirror, Narnia. Okay, so I get that. Let's go one more deeper. Okay. Transcend your fears. I'm sorry. Face your fears, transcend your demons, transcend your emotions. Stay calm. Remain calm. Remember the agreement is what I'm getting out of there. Remember mutual respect. You have to be respectful. Don't start cursing God. Okay, God. Okay, God. I hear you. Don't start cursing God out because shit is not going your way the way you think it's supposed to go. Oh, okay. I'm glad you stopped by, ancestors. Okay? That's one of those. Okay? Absolutely. I'm glad you stopped by on that one. Don't be cursing God out because mutual respect. That's why. Okay. They came for me with that one. Holy shit. They came for me. Okay. Get off on your floor. All right? Absolutely. Don't be cursing God out when you don't get your motherfucking way. That's facts, yo. You needed to tell me that, ancestors. That's good. Sorry, God. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, you are a product of what you believe, says God. Don't be cursing me out when it's you. Okay. Well, that's good news. Listen. God always bringing the good news. That's what I know. Hello? Ace of Swords energy. Yeah. God is always bringing the good news. Shout out to God. Because you can control what you believe. I mean, it's, you got to build muscle and everything. Fair enough. But, you have supreme control of that, generally speaking. The rest of what's outside of your control is where the spirit comes in, which is why you need a working relationship with the spirit world. And if you're a high priest and a high priestess, this is your obligation. Your obligation is to be this thing. Practice. Not being scared of nothing. Practice. You don't have to be perfect. No, that's not what they're asking you for. They're asking you for practice. The perfect is natural. The perfect occurs on its own. Okay? The part you got to do on purpose, do the right thing, do the divine work, the part you got to do with your free will, Ace of Swords energy, with your mind. You know what I'm saying? With the strategists right here, the shit you got to do is practice. So you got to practice transcending your emotions when you've given so much emotionally and you have not received your due as a child of God from those who received your care. Hello? Right. From those who received your support, your nurturing, your wisdom, your whatever is your pentacles, whatever is your solid thing that you bring to the table. You dig it? Your comforting presence. I'm getting comforting presence. That's what I'm getting out of that. And then you might heat up. You don't appreciate my comforting presence when you know your ass is comforted by my presence. Hello? And they said, stay calm. I said, remain calm. You still a child of God. Have mutual respect. We'll take care of this. We'll take care of this, says the ancestors. Because that's how we do it here. Because we under contract with each other. Hello, you got it like that as a child of God. Don't believe nothing different. You know why? Because you are a product of what you believe. You don't believe you have us, then you won't have us. You don't respect our comforting fucking presence? Because we can fix it, is the sensation that I get. Cut some shit out before it becomes a problem. This is how we do it here. Don't let that shit happen to you. Don't you become the things that has to be cut out before it becomes a problem. Don't let you be that thing, is what I'm getting here. Alright, so transcend whatever the demons have to say. Well, remember that time when, where was God then? Where was your ancestors then? Excuse me? We don't have time to bleed. We don't have time to be up in our head with doubts. It's a forced sacrifice when you a high priest and a high priestess. You don't have time for that. You've made an agreement. You have to be loyal. Loyal. Whoever's not loyal to the Queen of Pentacles, it's climate change for them. Right. That's right. It's climate change. That's right. It's flooding. Here with the the King of Cups energy. It's flooding. It's global warming. Here with the Princess of Wands energy. Okay? Yeah. And it's the Princess of Wands. So she's young and sprightly. She got all the energy in the world to burn your ass. Hello? Where the Queen of Pentacles, she'll just give you a little humidity or something like that, a little uncomfortable. That could get to be extreme, but here with my young niece here, says the Queen of Pentacles, okay? With my young niece, the Princess of Wands, oh yeah, she can set this bitch on fire, hot and humid. Okay, that's what they do. And then with the water, with the King of, listen, you don't want it. You don't want this kind of pressure on you. You don't want this kind of pressure on you. I'm telling you. Nobody wants this kind of pressure. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's a lot to deal with. That's why you got to remain calm. Don't contribute to this heating situation. Let all of that discomfort be somebody else's problem if they so dare to not be loyal to these mutually respectful policies, rights, and responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? In their relationships. Okay? You transcend your demons. Because shit changes, they'll change it. It'll change one way or the other. Do you feel me? It'll change one way or the other. You don't have to stay under any other circumstances except mutual respect. You don't have to agree to shit else up in this universe to be in right relationship with the sacred geometry of relationships. Do you feel me? That's what I see here. The only thing you have to please is God. Amen to that. Amen to that. The only thing you have to please is God. And that goes double if you a high priest or a high priestess. That's facts. So people can't curse you out if you following God. Hello? And I'm talking about the facts, the geometry, the science. Hello? That's what your belief better be based on. Anybody? Right. Because Narnia, that's why. Right. Hello? We don't have time to bleed. We don't have time to bleed. We don't have time to leak. We ain't got time to be off-road. We ain't got time to get lost. We ain't got no time to play about no shit or nothing as a high priest or a high priestess. When it comes to our faith, it don't matter what shit appears to be. That's just appearances, and we know how to work our equipment. That's just appearances, because that's the law. The law is that what looks solid is still very fluid if you know how to use your equipment. Okay. Okay, ancestors. All right, I appreciate that. See, this is why you need to be under contract with the ancestors. See what I'm saying? And then you practice remembering the truth. I'm sorry for all of these interruptions, y'all. Okay? But I mean, look at it as part of the reading. Okay? It's meaningful. I feel that it's meaningful. All right. Helping hands. Okay. I put this down. It cut off. Okay. So yeah, helping hands. Divine timing, major arcana, the original death card in my deck. That is the ancestors reaching out to help. The ancestors are validating themselves in your life. Okay, look, sitting still, being committed, unmoved, favorable outcome. Come on now, y'all. Come on. You see? Like through all the interruptions, all the distractions, all the unpleasant shit, whatever it is, mild to cataclysmic, haters, attacks, whatever, or mild shit, mild irritations, temporary delays. Remember, everything changes. Nothing stays the same. So if some shit is excruciating, or some shit is working in, or something is reflecting to you something that contests and contradicts your status as a child of God, that contradicts your not input, contribution as a child of God, your comforting and nurturing presence as a child of God, your superior emotional control, not perfect maybe, but superior to most, which elevates you to the level of high priest, high priestess, is because you are predisposed, like with that energy of a high priest, a high priestess, to have that gift, to have that shadow work done, puts you on a certain level of power and authority. Certain things you know how to do, your skills on that level, your muscle, your spiritual muscle is toned and developed. You dig what I'm saying? And because of that, it elevates you to the level where you're eligible to be on the high priest, high priestess level. For those of you who are children, active children of God, this is how you got here, kind of thing. Not everybody that's watching, but everybody who's an active child of God, serving the law, and who has done their shadow work, or certainly a good chunk of it, you're already to some degree practicing cutting out shit before it becomes a problem. Your ability to control your fiery, passionate emotions coming out of your devotion to God, your adoration of God, that seeing that as its own reward on some scale, and betting on black, so to speak, in terms of you're not sure absolutely what the outcome is going to be, but you love God though, that sort of thing. Like you can't convince anybody else that they should do it necessarily, but bang. All of this is a natural part of your commitment to this relationship. Okay, you owe it looking at things from the side of positivity, from the side of, no, the creator's gonna come up with something and give me an idea, a way will be made with it. Is no way. That's it. I'm under contract. I'm under contract to do what? Succeed. You're under contract to do what? Get what you want as a child of God. Why? Because you are mature enough to know what the fuck to want. You know how to work the equipment. Whatever you don't know, to find your ass out, because the Pentacle family said, make sure. Be solid. Feet on the ground. Authority and confidence. How do you do that? You got to find out the facts. That's the only way to do that. That's the only way to do that. Hello? And once you know the facts, the Sword family said, then you come up with the strategy. Hello? Right. Now that you know the laws of manifestation and you've acquainted yourself with all the characters and all the players in society and spiritual society, now we can start manifesting around here. By what? Doing your regular practice and understanding and recalling that you are a product of what you believe. So you tend, right? Reinforcing this relationship of mutual respect. It's etiquette. It's how you conduct your brain up on this planet when you come outside. And when you stay inside, wherever that you go. All right? Fantastic. So remain seated, be unmoved by anything contrary to that. Death card. Death card. Death card. I'm done. Come on now. Death card. Death card. Wham. Okay? That's it and that's all is what I get from that. That's it, period. Is what I get from that. Forced sacrifice. Death card. Period. Death card, death card. Oh, I'm sorry. I scooched them across the table. I didn't even look. Okay. Hello? Death card, death card. Cut some shit out before it becomes a problem. Period. End of story. Is what I get out of that. Unmoved. Period. End of story. Facts. You see all of the, I say ruthless. Hello? Ruthless. Okay. Because we don't have time to bleed. That's why. That's why. That's why you got to be ruthless about cutting out these doubts. Yeah. Yeah, don't have no motherfucking remorse. Okay? Like Michael B. Jordan. Okay? Don't have no remorse for these motherfucking doubts. Because we be, we be like, we be caressing doubts. Yeah, are you anybody? Okay? We be caressing them like tenderly. Tenderly. That's what I get here from the King of Swords energy. Like, that's a possibility for him, But, he's not ultimately representing that here. But that's one of his layers that he could be on sometime, Yeah, where you just, you're thinking about the doubts. Well, maybe doubts. Maybe, like, we'd be like turning it around. Maybe I could believe you just a little bit on Wednesdays, we'll spend some time together, maybe, kind of thing. No, you have to be ruthless. You gotta be like, get out of here, bitch. Nobody wants you, or whatever. Okay? Try not to say that shit to people. But getting back to cursing God out, let's get back to cursing God out for a minute. Because anybody ever been frustrated with the Creator, right? Okay, when things are not going your way? Yeah, big time, big time, big time. And that's when you have to do some binary code Neo shit and bend your mind. That's when you got to bend your mind. Because your mind is going to be screaming in your ear. Okay, so to speak, right? Your mind is going to be screaming in your ear. Like, but look at all that I gave to this project, effort that I gave to this, whatever you was doing, okay? And now you're mad, right? Because no loyalty from whatever, the environment, there's no mutual respect on that level or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And your demons are going to be in your ear like, hey, that's not fair. Remember this, remember that. Then they're going to get to embellishing. Then they're going to start embellishing the shit. They open it up with a little truth. Open you up with a little truth. Yeah, look at all of the shit that you gave. But you always giving. And they was just loving it. They was loving it. But they don't want to give me my respect back. Right? That's what the demon's going to be saying. They don't want to give you your respect back. Okay. And then you're going to get pissed. Then you're going to heat up. Then you're going to be all in your feelings. Right? Then it's going to be climate change. It's going to be humidity, And they says remain cool, breezy. Breezy now. Breezy now. Because God pays you. You work for God. As the high priest, the high priestess, you don't work for whoever you was trying to, your children. You don't work for your family. You don't, listen, I said ruthless. You don't work for them. Not that they're not important. Not that you don't love them. You do love them. You do love them. But understand the facts. The facts of what? The facts of the entire structure of reality. We don't have time to bleed with sentimentality. We don't have time to bleed. Because you know why? Listen, what come around, go around. Life comes, life goes. Death card, death card. You're not always having this configuration to people. Like somebody's your mother in this lifetime, maybe they was your child in another lifetime. What is more important? We're children of God. That's what's more important. You know, I'm black, you're white, you're Asian, whatever. This time, in this life. And who the hell knows what that means? The bottom line is, whoever's a child of God. That's the important part. Okay, that's the important part. And you work for God, and you better make sure God is pleased. That's primary. Okay? That's how you have favorable outcome in your relationships. Everybody got to be doing it. Everybody. It's got to be mutual. Otherwise, you got to cut some shit out before it becomes a problem, because you are a child of God. Period. And you can't be up in this agreement, contract, configuration with nobody else except if they have an agreement with God. That's how relationships work around here. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have to mingle with each other. We do have to mingle. Okay, we got to spread the light around and bring the good news, right, to all the different types of humans. Okay. However, ultimately, the binary code, the source code for what produces the favorable outcome, that's got to be based on the mutual respect and the good shit. All right, the divine shit. Let's get here. Death of the ego. Oh, your ego must be dead as a high priest or a high priestess. Your ego must die. Your ego can only live inside of God. Did I hit you in the head just now? Is that what I did? Yeah. So that's another thing that your practice is going to do. Your practice is going to remind you of calm, of keeping peace within your internal environment, of keeping your authority and confidence, keeping your clarity. Your clarity will give rise to you recalling the facts. Hello, you'll be back in the saddle here with your contract and your mutual respect for the ancestors and the creator and the legal process in the universe for manifestation. There's a legal process. That's what I'm getting. Okay? It's like marriage. Okay? It's a contract. It's a business contract. Hello? Right. That includes elements of the personal. Right. That's why you gotta be careful out there, right? Learn how to use your equipment. Okay? Absolutely. You don't want to crash and burn on that right there. All right. So that's what I'm getting. It's a marriage, and therefore there are obligations to the priesthood. Okay. To your responsibilities in your capacity as a high priest or a high priestess. You have a responsibility to ruthlessly cut out any doubts about God. Hello? If God is a mystery to you, moon card, that's perfectly natural and normal. Hello? Don't let that destabilize your respectful, mutually respectful agreement with the Spirit. Just expand your understanding of God. Okay? And reserve judgment. Because arms too short. Hello? Right. Arms too short. Reserve judgment. You don't know enough about what's happening and what there is to consider to tell God did something wrong. No, not at all. Not at all. You just don't know. Okay, God said that's for me to know, and that's for you to find out. Right, moon card. That is a factor. Major arcana. That is a factor of the framework, the legal framework of the universe. That's a factor. The unknown. The X factor. Oh, that's good. The X factor. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Well, anyhow. Creative confidence. Okay. What you want, wanting you, magnetic allure. So this is the new modus operandi right here. Okay. This is the new how we do it. In terms of, because you're no longer a normal person and you are now a high priest or a high priestess, there's a forced sacrifice. Okay? You are no longer who you used to be. Death card. Death of the ego. Right? So that's how we solve problems. Death of the ego. No matter what arises, we always remember that we are a partnership and we are under contract with each other. We are obligated to respect each other by law. By law. So if something unusual arises, do you feel me? Let us not forget our obligation to be mutually respectful in the resolution of whatever problem may come up. When the necessary occurs, we cut some shit out before it becomes a problem. We always refer to the facts. Okay, we're committed. We're committed and we are unmoved by anything that contests the mutual agreement we've made here. Do you feel me? Everything else we can work out later. We got to have that on tight. We got to have that on tight. Everything else we can practice working it out and get at it and whatever and practice. Okay? The one thing you better have down is respect. That's what it look like here. Have that shit down pat. Look like here. Absolutely, because you are a product of what you believe. If you believe, let's say it's a relationship. Let's say you've had an argument. If you address that person in a way where you're listening to your demons, the demons got in your ear, yeah, they're probably out to get you. You know, they're probably trying to destroy you, you know, like the last one did. You know, they're probably trying to steal your money, you know, or they're probably trying to get you, you know, fired, or they're probably, you know, or he's trying to say you're not important, or she's trying to say you're not worthy of respect and you're not a real man, like the last one said, you know, like, and so now if you have all that in your head and then you try to talk to this person to solve a problem, how many know it's not going to go well? Hello? Why? Because you are a product of what you believe. You have to believe the best. And listen, both people have to be doing it. Do you feel me? If both people are not doing it, you got to cut something out before it becomes a problem. And that could be them. And you have to be ruthless. And what I mean by that is not disrespectful. Not disrespectful. Okay? But absolutely matter of fact. Period. End of story, said the ancestors. That's what they said. They said anything that is in contest to your standing as a child of God is to be cut out. Period. End of story. They said take action here with the Queen of Wands with confidence. Be creative. Be stylish. Just get it done. Okay? So let's go with ritual. All right? Because this is the thing. All right? This is how I've learned, come to understand it, is that ritual builds stronger than the word. Right? We know words have power. Well, it's my understanding that rituals are more powerful than the word. If words can cast spells, if they can open doors and close them, rituals are even bigger guns than that. Okay, in the anatomy of manifestation, right? Okay, so it's more like engineering. Okay, so anyhow, so I'm getting that. I'm getting that with the rituals, it doesn't have to be dogmatic, is my understanding. It doesn't have to be dogmatic. It's more important that you achieve a certain frequency, that you achieve a certain level of quiet and contact within yourself, between you and the spirit world, and whatever brings you to that place. You know, sounds that that have that high frequency sound, that lift your frequency, words, colors, configurations, approaches. You know what I'm saying? So like, it doesn't have to be any one way except mutually respectful. Mutually respectful based on facts. Hello? Right. And then after that, you can be creative. Okay? But don't be up in Narnia with the shit. You see what I'm saying? That's the issue. Don't get carried away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be read or else, you know, the ritual's not going to work. That's Narnia. Okay? That's Narnia. Listen, bend the spoon, people. Bend your mind. All right? Be creative about the shit. All you need to do is achieve the frequency of respect. Okay? And know the facts. And then do the divine work. Okay? No ego, though. No ego. Okay? So, for instance, you're cursing God out. Something didn't go your way. You're cursing God out. You know that's ego, right? Yeah. It is. It's understandable. Listen, it's understandable. I'm not criticizing because I get it. And I curse God out on regular occasion. And, you know, and with all due respect, I just have to keep it real. Okay, even though I boil it back down to respect, I apologize for my behavior and stuff like that, but I'm genuinely frustrated with God when I do that. And so that's ego, because you think it ought to be done this way, and you thought it should be done in that time, and that may be reasonable, but it's still ego. Okay, I do believe in the divinity of ego. I do believe that the ego is a divine, it's like a divine guard dog, you know? So yes, it gets respect, but it doesn't get the same respect as a family member that's also human like you, you know? Like, it's a different level of respect, you know? Like, you can put this dude outside, you know, the divine dog. You can put the divine dog outside and be like, go out there, you know, sleep out there tonight, you know, or whatever. I mean, I guess you could do that to your human people too, but... you might do that to the dog, and the dog will be cooler with it, generally speaking, more often, right? So it's that sort of thing. Like, you put it in its place, and that's what I feel like has to happen. You know, the ego is only to be used in the service of God. That's the sensation that I get, and where that expands to you and your privilege, you know, as a child of God. But in no other time is it to be used, because you're not a normal person anymore, because now you know more about the equipment, and you know you are a product of what you believe. So you can't let the ego lead you anymore, even though we're living in a world where that's the rules. It's even legislated for certain things, you know what I'm saying? So therein lies the work, you know? Right. Put some respect on my name. Mutual respect. You feel me? Wise judgment, favorable judgment. Sudden come up respect for women's affairs. Many layers. Another card of ruthlessness. The lightning that struck the tower. Death card, the lightning that struck the tower. I get or else. Okay, they love saying that shit, or else. And it's really just the emanation. It's just the emanation of the energy of it all. Or else, that's really, it behooves us to really take that in with the death of the ego. Or else. Like, there's no need to have an ego flare up for sacrifice. There's no need to have an ego flare up on that. Because or else is a fact. All of this central pillar is spilling out of the facts. Hello? It's a fact. Or else. So you could be like, oh, don't tell me. Okay, you can do that. Hello? Right. And then you'll be the thing cut out ruthlessly before you become a problem. Right. That's what they're saying. They're saying or else. Hello? They didn't say pussyhood, they said priesthood. Hello? Right. I'm just shout out to the YouTube guidelines on that one, okay? Absolutely. So, right, because we cannot abide by it. It's destructive behavior. Doubts are destructive. Doubts are destructive. Wasn't I talking about something destructive, something earlier, right? Okay. Yeah, listen. Doubts are destructive. Don't doubt me. Don't doubt me. That's the last shit you want to be doubting. You need to doubt doubts. That's what you need to doubt. Absolutely. That's what the ancestors say. It looked like that's what God is saying. Absolutely. God said, what you think the King of Swords is for? Why you think I made this motherfucker? Because it wasn't nothing to be ruthless about? Oh, no, honey. Don't think I'm all about cotton candy around here, says God. Look like here. Absolutely. God can be ruthless. We discuss that on a regular basis. Okay, we do. And what you think I made the ancestors for? Hello, like this whole ancestor thing, you know, with the contracts. And this is how we do it on earth. This is the whole gig. You know what I'm saying? With the ancestors, and you know, hello? You can't be independent of that. Else you don't have no purpose in life. You got to be connected with the ancestors. You got to be under contract. You have to work for God in some capacity. Otherwise, you have no cause for existence. Okay? That's what you can know for sure. Look like God is saying here. Okay? Absolutely. See, because God doesn't like arrogance. Because that's what's happening in this card. Somebody's arrogance, or the arrogance of humanity in the former world, destroyed the world, and now, you know, disappointed God. God had to make a new world, and God is not having it. They've said that before too, recently. In this new world, we're not doing that. We're being ruthless now with the bullshit, because we don't have time to bleed. That's why. Okay? So that's part of your function as well. And you have to do that within. Death of the ego. You have to be you have to be committed to your duty, to your station. As a high priest or a high priestess, you have to be committed. Committed to the truth and the facts, committed to clarity of mind and heart and intent. Do you feel me? You don't have to be perfect. That's what I'm getting here. You don't have to be perfect. Right? That's what I'm getting. Why am I getting that? Because cut some shit out before it becomes a problem. That means some shit could crop up. I get the sensation that happens because you are a product of what you believe. That's all pervasive. You know, that you take that throughout your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that's telling me. You know, you got to cut some shit out before it becomes a problem, and that's what you got to do. Don't think nothing of it. If something crops up, don't be like, something is always cropping up. Something always gonna crop up. Because that says the Pentacle family. Something always gonna crop up. Okay? Absolutely. Of course, the Pentacle family. The Earth family is gonna say something's gonna crop. Right? Absolutely. Something gonna crop up. Absolutely. Yeah. And then that's where the Sword family comes in. Like, you know, it's all worked out. It's all worked out. You just got to learn how to work the equipment. It's like an Iron Man suit. That's what I'm getting out of it. It's like an Iron Man suit. You got to learn how to use it. It's for your protection. Okay, it helps you. It's a tool. You know, it's a vehicle. Chariot card. It's a vehicle. You know, it's many things. It's a fortress. Okay, God is your fortress. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, God. Thank you. And that's how you reinforce the fortress. Okay, is by cutting shit out before it becomes a problem. You know, check up on it. You know, recall the contract details. You know what I'm saying? There's potential here. Right, you can always regrow something. Okay, I want to say repair a thing. And this is for the children of God. This is for the children of God. So in terms of being committed to your duties, if something is not working out the way you want to, or the way you want it to, you have to force sacrifice. You have to sacrifice it. You have to sacrifice it. Cut it ruthless. You understand? You feel me? And what are you really sacrificing? Your limits. You're sacrificing your need, your burning need to know what's going to happen. Right? Your burning need to know. How's this situation going to work out? Oh my God. You know, because something cropped up. How's it going to work out? It's going to work out brilliantly. That's how it's going to work out. Because you are a product of what you believe. Right. Why is it going to work out brilliantly? Practice. Facts. Because you're under contract with God. Come along. You're a divine child of God. So you get to remain calm, cool and collected, because that is the best way to operate your mind and your brain, and to operate with authority and confidence in life. Right? You might be in your feelings, but you can operate with confidence and authority in life. You in your feelings right now, maybe, but that'll change. You'll transcend your feelings, and you'll move out of this space, you know, into a higher frequency, because regularly, that's what you got to do. That's your job. And you know that's going to produce certain results, because that's the framework of manifestation. You don't have time to bleed. You don't have time to spend time with your doubts. And now as a high priest or a high priestess, you're under obligation to sacrifice your doubts on the altar. That is your offering. That is your offering to this earth. That is your offering to yourself, to your ancestors. That is your offering to God. Do you feel me? Abso-fucking-lutely, you offer those doubts up as compost for something good to grow. Do you feel me? Let us go on. Final pillar. Sorry if that scraping hurt anyone's ears or gave you a feeling. Sorry about that. Yeah, and be creative about what you do with situations when things crop up. You know what I mean? Be creative, be innovative. Look to innovate instead of feeling limited. Look to innovate. Like, okay, what could I do with this unique opportunity? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I can't go over there right now. So what can I do from here? You know, that could still help me build towards that. You know, type of thing. You know, be creative. You're not limited, you're being directed. Okay, remember, you're riding with the spirit. You know, so they take you this far and then they stop you. And then, you know, you're like, wait a minute, I thought we was going over there. I thought we was going to that place. To the Emerald City, let's say. I thought we was going to Emerald City. Yeah, and that's, you know, and you don't understand that because of your ego, you're assuming a bunch of details. And that's why they're saying sacrifice your ego, because you just don't know enough. Your arm's too short to box with God. Okay, so why don't you let God decide what direction you need to go in, since God know everything and all. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So, you know, the shit is stopped. You're going to the Emerald City. You know, you've gone this far and now some shit is in your way and you're like, oh, what the fuck? My mission is under doubt. You know, my mission is under attack, you know. And so you're freaking the fuck out. You know, you're like, what? I'm not going to get what I want, but I thought I was a child. Like, and you are down the fucking street with the doubts. You are way the fuck down the street. Do you feel me? Okay, so they're stopping you. That means that's as far as we're going in that direction. It doesn't mean we're not going to the Emerald City. Okay, see? So you see what I'm saying? With the ego, jumping to conclusions, all of these assumptions. Maybe the ancestors know a better way. Yeah, chances are. Right, okay. Not only that, are you going by yourself? You the captain of God's mission, or God is the captain? Who's the captain? Right, no, you're the priest. Stay in your place. You do what you're told. Period. Ruthless. Do you feel me? So it's the same energy. God is giving you the ruthless shit too. God is ruthlessly cutting out your limited beliefs right now. And God is doing you a favor by being ruthless like this. God is doing you a favor. Why? Because you are a product of what you believe. The shit you're believing is gonna fuck everything up. I can't let that happen, says God. Your ideas about being limited, because we go into the Emerald City, you feel like we're limited. I don't have time for that. I said stop right here. Do what you're told. And then a couple of seconds later, the creator might be like, all right, now make a left. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't say we wasn't going to the Emerald City. We didn't say you wasn't going to get what you wanted as a child of God. We didn't say none of that. That's why you got to kill this ego. The ego is going to fuck everything up. You never let your dog run wild when you having guests. Do you feel me? You don't let your dog jump all over your guests, unless that's unless that's the occasion. You know what I'm saying? But God is here. There's etiquette. Don't let your dog jump all over God's robes. Don't do that. Don't do that. Keep your dog, in check. Have that kind of mutual respect with your dog, or put that motherfucker in the cage. Ruthless. Motherfucker, get your ass in the cage. That's it. You don't jump on God's robes. If you can't get him to listen, or whatever, what I'm saying? Can't get your ego divine dog to listen to you at the moment, no problem. No problem. He got to go in the cage. Okay? Because God's robes need to be clean. Okay? They need to be clean. That's all. Simple. All right? That's it. And period in the story. Right up in here. Okay? Period in the story. Favorable outcome. Commitment. Don't fucking move. That's how your commitment gotta be. This how Jesus must have had to do it in order to walk on the water. Right. You heard about the test. The crucifixion was the test. He said, why have you forsaken me? This man was under pressure. According to the story. Okay? Even Jesus was under pressure to be able to say that after all of the shit he did. Right? Why have you forsaken me after all I have contributed? I'm feeling a way. I'm feeling some kind of way. Do you feel me? And then he went on a journey to hell, the last temptation of Christ and all of that, according to the story. All right. Absolutely. So you think you won't be tested? Right. Got you on a cross bleeding after you tried to help these people. And you still have faith? Right. Well, let me tell you something about thank God, according to the story. Jesus died for our sins. He said, so you don't have to hang on no motherfucking cross. So don't be scared. Don't be afraid. You ain't got to hang on no motherfucking cross. That's what the Creator has stopped by. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, ancestors, to tell us. Cut that shit out before it becomes a problem. You think you gotta suffer? No, you don't. You dig what I'm saying? Not by any stretch of the imagination. Okay? I'm saying suffering might crop up. You might pass through that town. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Keep moving. Ride with the spirit. is going to change. And you're going to transcend your emotions. You're going to transcend your displeasure. You're going to transcend your doubts. And you are going to achieve the balance that's due to you under this contract. Period. Because you are a product of what you believe. It's up to you. Okay, let's finish it out. I'm sorry. I said that like 30 minutes ago. All right, fantastic. I said the thugging it out card. There it is. There it is. I was feeling it. Dug it out. Just keep the peace in the environment. Keep your feet on the ground and keep your head on straight and thug it out. Okay, so when we say peace in the environment, feet on the ground, head on straight, that doesn't mean everything's peaceful in the environment. It's your internal environment you have to keep the peace in. And you might have to work at it. Look like here. You might have to work at it. That is within the realm of the natural. Practice. You dig what I'm saying? Practice cutting this shit out before it becomes a problem. When it crop up, cut it out. When it crop up, cut it out. Keep your sword sharp. Keep reviewing the law. Keep observing, collecting data, coming up with hypotheses. Go on. Scientific method. Keep doing it. Keep practicing until it make perfect. Keep believing until it manifests. Right? Based on facts. Okay? Critical. Alright? So we're thugging it out. It's not always going to be easy. Alright? But you a thug. You will always be protected, however. And you will always make it through by adhering to these etiquettes and principles. Two boats. Two boats. When it crops up, understand that you are moving through it. Never are you to be under the misconception that you are stuck. You are not stuck. Here with the hangman, sacrifice the idea of being stuck. That's what you put on the altar. And you offer that to God. You make an offering. You offer God your doubts. Oh my God, that is the sweetest thing. Let me tell you what that makes me feel. Like when they talked about, I don't know why the Bible is just, I don't know, it's like the New York Times lately. But anyhow, that story that of Mary Magdalene washing Jesus's feet with her hair. Oh my God, sexy, right? Okay. And not only that, like the devotion in that act, because you know it was authentic. You know she meant it. You know, and you know he received it and understood what she meant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is a really intimate moment between two people right there. Look, divine twins. Anybody? Okay. That is so sensual and rich. You know? Oh my God. So that's the sensation that I'm getting from you offering your doubts to God. It is homage. Here we offer homage to the high priestess. Okay, this is like a God level high priestess, like a deity level. Like this is not the high priestess card, like, you know, the human. This is like deity level. Right here with Man Brigitte, she is the queen of the underworld. Okay, so she's like the ultimate high priestess because she crossed over the threshold. You know what I mean? And people pay homage to her, you know, level of commitment, her accurate judgment, her wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like the oracle kind of thing. So that is your homage, your doubts. You know, that is your offering. That is your fruit bowl. You know, that is that you're offering to God. Transportation. You're moving through whatever crops up. And these are this is how you be the captain of the ship, essentially. Your own ship. profound realization of self. Yeah, that's what you have to understand. Okay, so another thing that's happening is when these things crop up sometimes, we be thinking we can't handle it, or we be hoping we can't handle it. You know how people, God never gives you more than you can handle. I'd be like, no, God, I really can't handle it. I know I can't, you know what I'm saying? God is like, yes, you can. You'll be fine. Okay, so, and that's just because we don't want to handle it, right? Which I totally understand, because when we feel that way, it's a real thing. So that's what you have to understand about yourself. That's part of the discipline. And that's really, for me, that's the excruciating part, right? It can be excruciating sometimes. And it can be because of things that you can't control, like other people's free will. They decide to be disrespectful. Not that you are not worthy of respect. You see the difference in what your obligation is to understand? Your obligation is to understand that you're worthy, even if everybody around you is telling you you're not. It has to be based on facts, though. Because Narnia, right? Because be careful where you're pointing this thing. Okay, so a profound realization of self, you have to know thyself better than anybody. Okay, you got to know yourself better than anybody, and you have to know how to have your head on straight. This is the high priest, by the way. Okay, you have to know how to use the equipment. Your mind, master of the head, mastermind. Okay, and the sword family say, yeah, we like that. We like that mastermind business. Absolutely. I know that's right. I know that is right. Right, so you have to know yourself. You cannot be in Narnia about who you are. That's the one thing you cannot afford to do. Do you feel me? And by way of knowing who you are, that gives rise to knowing something about God, because you are an extension of God as a child of God. Do you feel me? You know, it's like the self is the introduction, and as you go within and go into the core, you go to the root of what produced the self. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you will get through anything. So thug it out and know that about yourself. Know yourself to be a spiritual thug. You dig it? You can run these spiritual streets with authority and confidence. Do you feel me? You can walk up in Narnia with authority and confidence. Right. Meaning that you don't lose your fucking mind. That's what I meant by that, by the way. You know, or that you don't think somebody can threaten your status, your relationship, your contract with the spirit, your status as a child of God. Like, no, your head is on straight. Ain't nothing to threat. You ruthlessly offered your doubts up already. You ain't got no doubts about what if you could get through some shit. You are a product of what you believe. You already know what time it is, because based on fact, because what you believe is based on facts. That's why you can be trusted. If you the priesthood, that's why you being given that trust. It's because your beliefs are based on facts. That's critical. Because be careful where you pointing this thing. The magic mirror. Fiery crossroads. Inconvenient truth. Impactful message. Okay? Impactful message. You have to walk through the fire. These are the protocols. You have to go into Narnia. They did say that. They did say that. You have to go where no man has gone before. You have to go into uncharted territory spiritually. As a priest, as a high priestess. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and don't worry, something will crop up. Okay, if everybody's like, no, I'm going to stay away from that. Yeah, it's okay. If you are a high priest or a high priestess, it'll find you. Whatever the crop is, will find you. Okay, because you will be tested. Right. They going to test Jesus and they ain't going to test you. They're testing you. They're testing. Period in the story. Ruthless. Ruthless. No special treatment. Certainly not for the priesthood. Certainly not. Less than usual, maybe. Less special treatment than usual in a lot of ways. Because quality control. Hello? Cut some shit out before it becomes a problem. Right. Right. Quality control. Yeah. That's a must. Because you are a product of what you believe. What do we want to manifest around here? So let's get to this thing early here with the strategy. Let's get to this thing early. All right, this is precision. Okay, Ace of Swords, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. We're talking about high level precision here. Okay, and we can be very creative if our ego is properly in its place and we have sacrificed on the altar all of our doubts. Then strategies will produce sudden come-ups, and the potential that remains will manifest as fruit for your labor. Come on now, break it down, ancestors. Okay, they said chop, 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 and then they plated the shit. Brilliant. Okay, absolutely. It's like the Ritz-Carlton. Okay, so bursting free of your limiting beliefs. Didn't I say this is a giant bursting free of your limiting beliefs? Here it is at the end with the finale, with the grand finale. Okay, I love it. Here, cutting off the head of corruption. No corrupt thinking. No corrupt files. No corrupt programs. No corrupt contracts. Crisp clarity. Okay? Firm fortress of safety. Well-being, abundance, says the Pentacle family. Okay? Abundance. We're the ancestors' boo. Surrender to the superior power of the spirit. Take that in. Take it in. Surrender to the superior power of the spirit. That is the strength card. What does surrendering to the superior power of the spirit require? Right. Muscles, baby. Okay? Muscles. You gotta be a thug up in these spiritual streets. Do you feel me? And you gotta be solid. You gotta be a heavy hitter. That's the King of Pentacles. Hello? Ain't nothing really much heavier than that on the earth realm. Okay? That's the king. That's a heavy right there. Yeah, that's a big deal. What you looking at there? Absolutely. That's a big motherfucking deal. Don't doubt it, says the Queen of Swords. Don't doubt that shit for a second. That's dependable guy. You could depend on that shit. Hello? If a motherfucker get it twisted, listen, you could depend on the king to break it down. And get you real crisp and clear on the shit. Look like here. Here's your ancestors' boo. You're in relationship with the higher realms. Just like we're in a relationship, check the colors. Okay? This one's blue, this one's brown. That's giving me earth colors. And then we have the yellow for manifestation, third chakra. Okay? Very interesting. The protocol, the inconvenient truth, they're invisible. Understand that. You're the thing that's solid. So be that. Be that. Right. Yeah. You're the thing that's solid. That's your obligation to be solid. Looking. That's your obligation to be able to be touched and recognized by the five senses. That's your job. That's not the ancestor job. They don't have to be visible if they don't want to be. They say that in this card. They say some of the ancestors is reaching out to help the living, and others of the ancestors are falling back, chilling, enjoying their time in the spirit world. They said that in this card. Okay? Absolutely. Very interesting. This is what has to be clear in your mind. Surrender to the superior power of the spirit. Know yourself to be strong enough to get through anything, because you are in contract with the spirit. And it behooves you to lose your ego about anything outside of God's use for your ego. It behooves you. Even though, from the ego's point of view, it's, it's the inconvenient truth. It's the unpleasant. It's the undesirable. You know what I mean? Because we got the short view here as human beings, which is why another reason why we need God and the ancestors to give us access to the space station, to the big picture, so that we can remain calm, so that we can have the strength and the muscle that it takes to hold our fiery, passionate emotions under control, to withstand our doubts and demons, and to bring ourselves to the practice of offering those doubts to God as compost for something good to grow. You dig what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle. Look like here. All right? Wrap it up, ancestors. I mean, that was a powerful one. All right? I really appreciate that. I'm going to be reflecting on that for a while. And all the interruptions, I found that to be interesting. And I apologize, by the way. But, side note, I found that to be very interesting because that was making me mad. Yeah, that was making me mad. It wasn't making me hateful. It was making me mad, though, because it was getting me frustrated, because I'm trying to get to the Emerald City. I'm trying to get to y'all. I'm trying to get this out to y'all. I feel like I'm under obligation, and I am, right? Okay, because I chose, right? Okay, cool. You dig what I'm saying? But, nobody's doing it to harm me. Nobody's doing it to hurt me. See how you approach mutual respect, how you approach solving a problem? Nobody's trying to get me. You know what I'm saying? They doing them, I'm doing me, whatever. People banging on the ceiling, banging on the wall, whatever, because they doing them. They not trying to hurt me. So you see what I'm saying? And now peace. Peace in my environment. You see what I'm saying? All right, cool. So, boom. Boom. The tower. I love it. I need you to get your personal. Okay, side note. All right, but... yeah, boom, says the ancestors. That's right, boom. The lightning that struck the tower, they say. Here's the tower for you. Ba-boom. Okay? Inevitable sacrifice. That's another thing. Ruthless. Tower to the doubts. Tower to anything that came against this contract, this divine contract with the spirit. Tower to whatever that is. Ruthless. Okay, fantastic. Go on, ancestors. What about the tower? What about it? It's in the way, they say. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I love it. Ruthless. Okay, so let me just spell out what just happened here. This is like a movie. The ancestors sent out the rocket right here, okay? The Scud missile or whatever, right? They sent that shit out. Because death of the ego, that's why. For everyone. The death of the ego is for everyone, says the ancestors. I know that's right. Ancestors. Right, it's not just for the priesthood, it's for everyone, okay? This is why you have to be trained, in your responsibilities. There's so many responsibilities, and there's so many nuances to your responsibilities that there's a lot of workshops on this, apparently. So yeah, because the star cannot be obscured. We've been talking about that for my hard rockers. We've been talking about how that is critical. You cannot obscure the star. This is your purpose in life. You obscure the star, you have no purpose in life. You dig what I'm saying? Which means here come the ruthless, sanitation department of the universe to come and dispose of your ass. You dig what I'm saying? So this is because, listen, to come and dispose of your ass. Death card. Hello? Okay, so I said what I said, right? So, all right, so they said we're going to blow the tower. Here's the missile going out, right? We're blowing the tower. Why? Because it was in the way of the star, of destiny, of God's plan. Anything that's in the way of God's plan gets the tower treatment. That's your job. Ruthless. Let the pieces fall where they motherfucking may. Because we don't have to serve nobody here but God. Everybody else could feel whatever they want to feel. Okay? Bottom line. Because they can't protect us. Nobody can protect us but God. You dig what I'm saying? It's just the facts. So that also includes the tools and the things that were given to us by God. The skills, the gifts. All of that is God's protection. Your intelligence, your commitment, your discipline, your practice. You dig what I'm saying? All of that was given to us by God, by the ancestors, by all of the grace that God gives us. Like the grace of having the ancestors. That's a gift from God. Do you feel me? Boom. All of that works harmoniously here in the star when everybody's doing their purpose properly. Everybody has to do this because this is the Masa. They do shipping, the cosmic UPS. They transfer power from ancestor to ancestor. The stars represent the ancestors. Okay, here, let me put it closer. Okay, the stars represent the ancestors. The boat, obviously, that's their UPS truck. Okay, boom, this the power and the juice, and they transporting it to everybody. Okay, make sure we all stay connected. You know, it's like cosmic Verizon right there. Make sure we all stay connected. All right, fantastic. And so we all have to understand the fiery crossroads is what they're telling me here. But you're the ancestors' boo. And that's our legacy, is that we have each other's back. That's how we got to do it in the priesthood too. We got to have each other's back. And that doesn't mean stop your life to go save someone else's life. No. Everybody, master of the head, you're responsible for your fucking self. But at the same time, if you can help, help. Exchange help. It has to be mutually beneficial. Hello? There's got to be mutual respect for the child of God in you and the child of God in your, sister or brother in the priesthood. Do you feel me? Everybody is subject to these protocols. You dig what I'm saying? Don't try to be no cowboy. That's not necessary. The ancestors are helping us all. It's a whole system. Bursting free of your limiting beliefs. So have each other's back. What do I mean by that? I mean having a disciplined mind about dealing with one another, regarding one another with respect, both outwardly and privately. Okay? I was at this job one time, side note, and my supervisor, we was having a casual conversation, and she was saying integrity is who you are when nobody's looking. Hello? Right. So what are you saying about me when I can't hear you talking? Right. You dig what I'm saying? How do you place your tongue upon my name? With respect. That's what we owe each other in the priesthood. Speak my name with respect. Hello? Speak about my image with respect. That's what we owe to each other, because that's a lifestyle. Because what you are a product of what you believe. If you walking around believing something ugly about your priesthood, sister or brother, then you are violating the terms and conditions of the priesthood. Because cleanliness is next to godliness. Do you feel me? You got to have good spiritual hygiene around here. Do you feel me? Again, you don't have to be perfect. But soon as some shit crop up, cut it out before it becomes a problem, because you are a product of what you believe. Do you feel me? So if somebody becomes toxic, you know that means that you have to cut them off out of your life. That's all I mean. Okay, don't cut them. Okay, if you don't have to. If you don't have to. If you have to, you heard the rules. Okay? Wrap it up. That's interesting. They are bringing it today, point after point. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, come on now. Listen. That's the world egg. Look. Egg. Egg. Star. Okay. They dare. Yeah. They dare. Yeah, the ancestors dare. It's a tower because it's in the way. Anything that blocks the star gets the tower. Surprise. That's right. That's facts. You know what I get out of that? That's so many layers, because that's validating your authority to bring towers to anything that don't add up to this mutual respect. Hello? Let the pieces fall where they may. Let people be like, oh, I can't believe it. Yeah, okay, whatever. You're not here to explain it to them necessarily. Okay? Any explaining should have been done early, right? Because we cut things out before they become a problem. So if it comes to the place where it's so toxic that you're like, okay, you know what? Tower. Hello? That's you well within your rights if you find some shit is obscuring your star or a star or the star. Do you feel me? You well within your rights. And they could just be surprised. Okay? And you dare. And you dare to do that. Because that's how we do it here, says the ancestors. That's how we do it here. So of course your little version of your existence, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's God, there's all of these lofty, amazing things, and then there's little old us, you know, and we're under these same obligations to operate in these same ways. Okay? They say ruthless. This is sudden change as well. This is sudden change with the tower. This is sudden change with the official fool card in my deck. This is daring to be. This is Big Bang energy. This is Milky Way energy. This is birth of a new star energy. Okay? This is daring to speak, daring to affirm and confirm your own voice, and the voice of God, the voice of the divine, will speak through you in whatever that you do, divine children of God. Whatever it is you do, and whatever it is your purpose, is the voice of God speaking. That is your obligation. Do not speak a doubtful word, because God wouldn't do that. Hello? God is confidence itself. Do you feel me? So, death of the ego, twice. Death 2 times. Okay? This is a acquiescence to divine timing. This is what goes around comes around. This is the framework of the law, the real, actual, real law, the universal law. You dig what I'm saying? So that's telling me it's already done. There's nothing that needs to change about that. Death of the ego. You don't need to change. No, we don't need your little input about it with your little limited amount of information. Okay, what you can show me is heart. Okay? Like we don't pay you to think. And I don't mean there's many layers, okay? So try not to take it personal, all right? Ruthless, right? Okay? We don't pay you to think. Is if I could nutshell it and just get to the bottom line right away. I'm sorry for everybody who needed a fluffier example, but That's the sensation that I'm getting. We don't pay you to think, you know, or there's a time and a place for that, I think would be more accurate. Okay, there's a time and a place for us to involve ourselves in the thought process, right? And first we need to vet ourselves for, you know, are we eligible and clear for thinking? Okay, like facts. Review the facts. Reserve judgment. That's the sensation that I'm getting. Because once you know the facts, then you can operate confidently. You dig what I'm saying? But you have to honor the protocol and the hygiene of finding out the facts first. And that requires you to respect divine time. And you should be well seated and unmoved from that understanding. Okay? And dare to guard your star. Dare to stand up and say, I'm here. Tower to the rest of what y'all was doing before I got here. Okay? Because they said this can result in a disruption of physical affairs. Okay? And I suspect this is going to be on a world level, but we're in the sanctuary. This about you, and this is about the priesthood right now. This is our level of the situation. Okay? So don't let nothing stand in the way of your purpose. Sudden change, daring to be, right. I get a sensation of you kicking down doors. That's the sensation that I'm getting. You are a product of what you believe, do you? Ultimately is what I'm getting here. Do your dare to do you. Dare to be here. Who you are, the divine child of God, the amazing motherfucker that you are. Dare to be that right now and tower to the rest of the shit that said you couldn't do it. Because this, because that, whatever. I don't even care why. If you can bring yourself to do what it is that you do it. Do it. All right? Listen, I'm going to leave you with that. All right? I hope you got some good juice out of that. I know I did. All right? 4 more deep-ass readings where we cut shit out before it becomes a problem. Like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell on your way out. Pick up a copy of Discriminating Wisdom over at Amazon. Make sure you're out here discriminating wisely. Get it personal. My information is down below. I will talk to you party people later behind the black veil.